Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Common English Decoded. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you've been with us for a while, we are so glad you're here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Common English Decoded. I'm so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're joining us for the first time or you've been with us for a while, we are so glad you're here.
Oh, nice. I actually had the opposite start. I woke up late, couldn't find my keys, and then I realized, oh, it's a podcast day. And that made everything better instantly.
That is the best feeling. Okay, so speaking of plans and predictions, that is actually exactly what we're talking about today. Today's topic is one that confuses so many English learners, and honestly, it confused me for a long time too.
Yes. Today we are breaking down the difference between will and going to when we talk about the future. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly when to use each one, and you'll sound so much more natural in English.
That's right. You'll be able to make predictions, talk about your plans, make quick decisions, and express future intentions, all with the right form. And here's a question for you right now. Which one do you use more, will or going to? Drop your answer in the comments. We really want to know.
Yes, leave us a comment. And while you're down there, please hit that subscribe button on Common English Decoded so you never miss an episode. We put out new content every week to help you sound more natural in everyday English.
Okay, let's dive in. We're starting with the basics, so even if you're a beginner, don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's go.
All right, let's start with will. This is probably the first future tense most English learners learn. And the structure is really simple. It goes like this: subject plus will plus base verb. That's it.
So for example, I will help you. She will call you later. They will arrive at 8. Notice, the base verb never changes. It doesn't matter if it's I, he, she, we, they. The verb stays the same.
Exactly. And in conversation, we almost always shorten will. We say I'll, she'll, they'll, we'll. So instead of I will call you, you'd say I'll call you. That sounds so much more natural.
Now here's the key thing about will. We use it for spontaneous decisions. That means a decision you make right now, in the moment. Someone asks you for help and you say, "Sure, I'll do it." You didn't plan that before. You decided just now.
Oh, that's such a good example. Like, imagine your friend texts you and says their car broke down. And you immediately respond, "Don't worry, I'll pick you up." You didn't plan to pick them up. You decided in that second. That's will.
Perfect. And we also use will for predictions, especially when we're just guessing based on what we think or believe. Like, I think it will rain tomorrow, or she'll probably get the job, she's really qualified. Those are opinions about the future.
Right. We're not certain, we're predicting. And here's a little tip. You'll often hear will used with words like I think, I believe, I'm sure, probably, maybe. Those signal that someone is predicting, not stating a fact.
Now let's look at the negative form. It's really easy. Just add not after will. So, I will not go becomes I won't go. Won't is the contracted form of will not. And we use won't all the time in everyday English.
So you might say, I won't be home until 7. Or, he won't like that idea. Or, don't worry, it won't take long. Do any of those sound familiar? Can you think of a time when you said won't recently? Try to write an example in the comments.
Great job. So to quickly review, will is for spontaneous decisions made right now, predictions based on what we think, and general future statements. The structure is simple: subject plus will plus base verb. And in everyday English, we almost always contract it. I'll, she'll, they'll. Easy, right?
Okay, now let's move on to going to. And here's where it gets really interesting, because going to is actually different from will in some really specific ways. The structure is subject plus am slash is slash are plus going to plus base verb.
So, I am going to call her. He is going to study tonight. We are going to travel next summer. And just like will, we often contract this in speech. I'm going to, she's going to, they're going to. And actually, in very casual speech, people even say gonna, but more on that in a second.
Right. So the big difference is this. Going to is for plans you already made. Things you decided before now. Before this moment, you already thought about it and made a decision. For example, I'm going to take a cooking class next month. I already signed up. That's a plan.
Exactly. Compare that to will. If someone asks, "Do you want to come to my party?" and you say, "Yeah, I'll come," that's a spontaneous decision. You just decided. But if you tell someone, "I'm going to visit my family this weekend," that's something you planned earlier. Maybe you already bought the train ticket.
I love that comparison. Let me give another example. Imagine it's Monday and someone asks, "What are you doing Friday?" You say, "I'm going to see a movie with my friend." That plan exists. You already arranged it. Going to.
Now here's the second big use of going to, and this one is really cool. We also use going to when we can see something is about to happen. Like, there's evidence right now that tells us what's going to happen next. Look at those dark clouds. It's going to rain. You can see it. The evidence is right there.
Oh yes, or like, be careful, that glass is going to fall. You can see it tipping. You're not guessing, you're observing. This is going to happen based on what's right in front of you. That's going to for near certain predictions with visible evidence.
First, use going to when you've already made a decision or plan before now. Second, use it when you can see something is clearly about to happen based on present evidence. Third, remember that in casual speech, going to often becomes gonna, I'm gonna call her, but only in informal spoken English.
Can you write us a sentence using going to? Tell us about something you're planning to do this week. Drop it in the comments. We love reading what you're up to.
Perfect. So going to is about pre-made plans and evidence-based predictions. It shows that something didn't just appear in your head. There's a reason, a plan, or a visible sign behind it. Keep that in mind as we move forward.
All right, now that we know both will and going to separately, let's look at them side by side. Because sometimes they feel really similar, and honestly, sometimes they can both be correct. But the meaning is slightly different.
Let's try a situation. Imagine your phone rings during dinner. You're eating. Your friend says, "Someone's calling you," and you say, "I'll answer it later." That's will. You decided in that exact moment. You weren't planning to ignore the call. It just happened, and you made a quick call.
Now let's say it's Sunday evening and you're talking to your sister. She asks, "Are you going to call Mom this week?" And you say, "Yeah, I'm going to call her on Wednesday." That's a plan. You thought about it. Maybe Mom's birthday is on Wednesday. You already know.
See the difference? Same verb, call, but totally different situations. Will is, I just decided this second. Going to is, I already had this in mind.
Here's another one. Imagine you walk into a restaurant and the waiter asks, "What would you like?" And you look at the menu and say, I'll have the pasta." That's a spontaneous decision. Will. You just picked it right now.
But if you already looked at the menu online before coming and you walk in knowing exactly what you want, you might say, I'm going to have the pasta, because in your head, that was already the plan.
Ooh, I love that one. It's so subtle. Now here's a tip for sounding more natural. In predictions, both can sometimes work, but going to often sounds more certain. Compare. I think it will snow tomorrow. That's a guess. It's going to snow tomorrow. That feels more sure, maybe because you checked the weather app.
Exactly. Will for uncertain predictions. Going to for predictions with evidence. And now, try this. Think of something you decided to do just now, in this moment. Use will. And then think of something you already had planned before today. Use going to. Pause the episode and say both sentences out loud.
We love when you practice out loud. It really helps your brain get comfortable with the pattern. And if you want extra practice, write both sentences in the comments below.
Great. So the core difference comes down to this. Will is for in-the-moment decisions and general predictions. Going to is for pre-made plans and evidence-based predictions. Those 4 uses will take you so far in real English conversations.
Okay, time for one of my favorite parts, common mistakes. And I'll be honest, I've heard native speakers make some of these too, so don't feel bad. Let's look at what people often get wrong.
Mistake number 1, using will for everything in the future. This is super common. Learners say things like, tomorrow I will go to the gym. I planned it yesterday. But that should be, tomorrow I'm going to the gym. Or, I'm going to go to the gym, because the plan already existed.
Right. Will sounds like you just decided, which can confuse people. If your coworker asks, are you coming to the meeting tomorrow? And you say, I will come. It sounds like you're deciding right now, which is a little strange if the meeting was already scheduled. I'm going to come, or I'll be there, sounds more natural.
Mistake number 2, using going to for spontaneous decisions. So, someone drops something and you say, oh, I'm going to help you. That sounds planned, like you saw them struggling last week and prepared a plan to help them today. Just say, I'll help you. Quick, easy, natural.
Ha! I love that image. Like you saw someone struggling with their groceries on Monday, and on Wednesday you said, according to my plan, today I'm going to help that person. No, it's I'll help you right now in the moment.
Mistake number 3, saying gonna in writing or formal situations. Gonna is very casual spoken English. It sounds great in conversation with friends. But in emails, texts to your boss, or any kind of formal writing, always write going to. Never write gonna professionally.
Yes, gonna is a sound, not a spelling. Keep it in your spoken casual English and you're fine. But an email that says, I'm gonna submit the report tomorrow, might not make the best impression.
Mistake number 4, forgetting the verb to be with going to. Learners sometimes say, I going to call her. But you need the verb to be. I am going to call her. He is going to call her. They are going to call her. Don't drop the am, is, or are. It's always there.
Great catch. And honestly, this mistake is easy to make when you're speaking fast. So slow down a little and make sure you include that verb to be. Your English will sound so much more accurate right away.
And remember, everyone makes mistakes when they're learning a language. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is communication. Every mistake you make is your brain working hard to figure things out. That's actually a good sign. Keep going.
All right, let's do some practice together. I'm going to give you a situation and you choose will or going to. Ready? Here we go. This is called choose the right form.
Situation 1. Your friend asks if you want coffee. You didn't plan to have any, but now it sounds good. Do you say, A, I'll have a coffee, or B, I'm going to have a coffee?
The answer is A, I'll have a coffee. It was a spontaneous decision. You didn't plan it. Will is perfect here.
Situation 2. It's Sunday night. You've already looked up the schedule and bought your bus pass for tomorrow. Your roommate asks, "How are you getting to work tomorrow?" Do you say, A, "I'll take the bus," or B, "I'm going to take the bus"?
The answer is B. I'm going to take the bus. The plan already exists. You already figured it out. Going to is the natural choice.
Situation 3. You look outside and see the sky is completely covered in dark clouds. You say, A, "I think it will rain," or B, "Look at those clouds. It's going to rain."
Both can work here, but B feels more natural. It's going to rain, because you have visible evidence right in front of you. The dark clouds are your proof. Going to for evidence-based predictions.
Situation 4. Someone calls your name from across the room and needs help carrying something heavy. You immediately shout, A, "I'll help you," or B, "I'm going to help you."
Definitely A. I'll help you. You made that decision in half a second. Spontaneous, immediate. Will is perfect for this moment.
Now here's a challenge. Create your own sentence for each one. One with will, a decision you made just now, and one with going to, a plan you already had. Write them in the comments and we'll celebrate your English.
Yes, and remember, say them out loud too. Your brain learns through speaking, not just reading. Speak it, feel it, use it. Real conversation beats perfect grammar every single time.
Absolutely. The goal is to get comfortable choosing quickly in real situations. The more you practice, the faster and more naturally it comes. Don't aim for perfect, aim for real.
Okay, we are getting close to the end, but before we go, let's recap everything we learned today, because we covered a lot and it was all really good.
We did. Here are the 3 big takeaways. Number 1. Use will for spontaneous decisions you make in the moment. "I'll answer that," "I'll help you," and for general predictions where you're guessing, "I think it will rain." Number 2. Use going to for plans you already made before now. "I'm going to visit my sister on Saturday," and for predictions based on visible evidence. "It's going to rain. Look at those clouds." Number 3. In casual speech, going to often becomes gonna, but keep gonna out of formal writing.
That is such a clean summary. And honestly, once you internalize those uses, it becomes second nature. You'll start noticing will and going to everywhere, in movies, podcasts, conversations, and you'll understand exactly what people mean.
Here's a reflective question for you to think about and maybe share with us. Can you remember a time this week when you made a spontaneous decision about something? What would you say in English now? Drop it in the comments. We want to hear it.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a like. It helps us so much. Share it with a friend who's learning English. And subscribe to Common English Decoded if you haven't already. We are here every week, making English easier and more fun, one episode at a time.
You are doing amazing. Seriously. The fact that you're here, learning and practicing, that takes dedication. Every episode you watch, every sentence you practice, every comment you leave, it all adds up. You're building real English skills, and we're so proud to be part of that journey.
We'll see you in the next episode, where we'll keep making English make sense. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep showing up. You've got this.
Thanks so much for being here with us today on Common English Decoded. Until next time, take care, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.